beautiful. Is it nice out? It seems nice
Yeah,
out.
it's really nice out.
Have you not been outside yet?
Oh, no, I went across the street. Yeah,
You gotta get outside.
You gotta try
I
outside.
have so much to do. I have to go to I'm going to go out. I got to go
today.
teach inside of a gym.
The sun is out.
Dude, you will stop thinking about killing yourself for like an hour or two if you go outside.
Yeah,
haven't
up
started.
to, up to 2.
Up to 2 hours.
God, that's a lot of pressure now.
Yeah, it's not like this weekend where it was like, oh, technically it's a little bit warm out, but there's so much wind, you'll die.
Yeah, it was really pushing you back.
No, it's like a lovely and pleasant experience.
Yeah.
After teaching yesterday morning, I was like, oh, I want to go get a croissant from the bakery,
Okay.
which is 2 stops further away. And I'm like, I'll wait 2 more stops. And I'm looking at my phone, and then I realize I'm 3 stops further than the 2 stops I needed to be at. But that was a nice long walk, a beautiful, nice long walk in the morning.
Plus, you walk off some of that croissant.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think like you. I'm fine. I don't need to worry about my weight.
Dude, I talk regular.
my ED years are different.
Yeah,
It's
because
erectile
yours are,
dysfunction. Hey, I set it up.
All right.
But a nice croissant in the sunlight as you walk, those French people are up to something.
Oh, yeah.
They got some ideas.
They know a thing or two.
Every time I'm on my bike, I'm like, I should have a big loaf of bread.
Yeah.
I should have a big loaf of
big
bread in a
loaf.
You
You
gotta
basket.
get, oh my
Nice.
God, when you see them with those special like bread, like they have a little crossbody satchel just for bread.
That's lovely.
I can't. It's so wild to be like committed to one item so much.
Imagine you like put your keys at the bottom of your bag and then you've got a bread on top and you're like, hold on.
You're like, somehow it's the longest bread. It's like a magician
Poppins
scarf.
style.
Hold on, let me hold my bread. I've got to look for my keys.
Hold my morning baguette and hold my evening baguette. Yeah, that's a fun way to do it. There was flowers in a newspaper. Is it I think I'm a magician now?
Yeah, that's a magician,
French
and
thing?
that's
What?
probably in his hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing that in my head. I think I'm mixing
Magicians
magician,
and French people.
Yeah.
French people,
And beautiful women, just how you should
hobo
be.
clowns, I think.
Okay.
I think they're
Oh.
in the mix in my mind. I hold them all in the same place. My brain.
Okay.
Was you thinking about like the flower that sprays
Uh-huh.
water
Yeah,
out
I'm
on the
really
lapel?
connecting that.
Yeah, something's happening here. Is
Yeah.
it magic? Is it a prank? Is
Yeah.
it just lunch?
Yeah.
Are the implications of not implications, the is a hobo clown a clown who has lost their job and home, or they're homeless people that, I'm gonna really get some money by being a clown?
I'll tell you what. That's 2 words I've never heard together before.
Oh, all right. You ever heard of hobo clown?
No.
Oh,
Let me
that's
look
a real thing. I mean, not a
Really?
real thing. You know what I mean?
It's a real no. Some people are
It's a-
born that way.
That's who Lady Gaga was singing about. Was
Yeah.
hobo clowns.
Like these guys.
These guys.
Like that kind
Oh.
of.
I thought that was just like a low budget clown.
I thought he was just a clown that wasn't trying that
Yeah, like an
hard.
indie
I was like,
clown.
oh, he like went to clown school and he had big dreams,
Yeah.
and now he just smokes cigarettes and like terrorizes children.
Yeah. Because then hobo clown and rodeo clown, they're much more
Cousins.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kissing cousins.
Hobo clowns often have a sad face and a big red nose swollen from hard luck and booze.
Wow.
Oh.
So being an alcoholic is kind of part of the archetype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So most Polish men are
Are-
one big lip liner away from being
Yeah.
a hobo clown.
Oh my God. I talk about this all the time, but I live in Greenpoint. And
Beautiful.
so there's a lot of old Polish guys at the park, and some of them are really like just sweetie pies, and some of them are evil
Evil
little men.
and-
Yeah.
And I hate them,
Yeah.
and they hate dogs. They're very like
Oh,
anti-dog,
interesting.
and I live in a very like dog culture. I mean, all of New
You're a
York
white
is
woman,
kind of
yeah.
overrun by
Yeah.
dogs, but like no, this area where I live is like really dog centric. There's like a group chat for the dog park, and we like have biannual like cleans and like fundraisers. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I used to live there too.
and so
In
and
the park?
Yeah.
and so there's like a
Right behind
war, and I feel like in all of Brooklyn, there's kind of a people versus dog people war where they get
Sure.
really mad and
Yeah.
they'll like go on Reddit and be like, oh, all these people don't pick up after their dogs, and it's just like, well, like there should be no dogs in New York, and it's like, no, there should be no people who don't pick up after their dogs. But
Yes.
that's not what having a dog is.
No.
That's not like a part of whatever. So they think that the reason like the grass dies in the park is because people have dogs.
And not because
And
it's
it-
December in New York.
Because 1 million people are walking on it constantly.
And there's fully like children's soccer teams on
Yeah.
this grass. And they're just like, oh, we got to get the dogs out of town. Anyway, some of those old Polish guys will like yell at you
Oh,
when
yeah,
you walk
yeah,
by
yeah.
with your dog.
my gym
And
is-
by you, I mean me.
Yeah.
I've lived over there exactly next to that area,
Yeah.
next to that park. I had dogs. I say this as someone who has lived in Greenpoint and worked in Greenpoint for 16 years. I don't like Polish people. There's a woman who walked her German Shepherd, giant, like a big for a German Shepherd,
Yeah.
off leash
Mm.
in the park, and I would walk my two small dogs. And one night, I'm walking my dogs, and I look up, and a fucking like a huge German Shepherd, like a bear, is sprinting at us.
Yeah, I don't
And
like that.
Pull my dogs. I'm like, well, I have to kick this dog as hard as I can, and I teep the German Shepherd, which is a push. It's a gentle kick, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of a creation of distance tool. And it, whatever, fucking crybaby. And the woman is yelling at me in Polish. And I'm like, we're not
Your
in the dog
was
park
just
yet.
charging me.
Yeah, we're in the park area,
yeah.
the open area. Just insane.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of, I mean, that's the thing is there's always like lunatic dog people and then normal dog
Yes.
people. And then people are just like, well, if anyone has a dog, you're the bad one.
Yeah, you got lumped in with them.
And it's like, actually, my dog is a supermodel and a celebrity. And so
Everyone
I
loves
think you
Bug.
should be a little bit careful about who you're calling a bad dog.
Have a little respect, have some decorum.
She could move to another part of town and that's where the taxes would go.
Yeah.
So how about you shut your damn mouth?
Have a little respect, goddamn. How long have you had Bug now? 3?
Yeah, 3 years.
Wow.
Like,
Look
you
at me knowing
have
exactly.
what the hell?
Look at me knowing exactly how long you have had your dog. That I think is
I'll
beautiful.
tell you what, I talk about it a lot.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, why not?
We used to live in an opposite neighborhood where in Ridgewood, the deli next to our apartment, the guy who
Oh,
ran it
yeah.
openly had shirts for his dog fighting.
Oh my
ring.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
it's
would
really
wear like
weird.
dog fighting merch, like different shirts. Like he had a bunch
Holy
of them
shit, that's so scary.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember walking in the first time being like, strange. Holy shit, that's strange that you're proud of that.
Weird illegal activity on your shirt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because the guy, it was a Hispanic deli, and then like 6 months before we moved, it was I think sold, and it was like a different guy there.
And he took over the both businesses or just
I
the
mean,
deli?
I'm assuming.
I assume the dog fight. I assume he bought the deli as a cover for his dog
that's
fighting
literally what.
ring.
Yeah, it has to be
Yeah.
a cover or front.
Yeah.
yeah.
Money laundering
I don't think anyone is passionate about both dog fighting and sandwiches.
and bodega
Yeah.
sandwiches. Yeah,
They didn't even make sandwiches there, did they?
okay.
they had a deli in the back, but it never looked like anyone was back there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
felt
was
like it
this-
was one of the worst. It's one of the worst
One of the
delis
worst.
I've ever been to.
One
Everything was
time I
kind of
went
dusty.
to a deli when I went to like one of those bad delis when I was training my dog and I needed like lunch meat. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what the guy said to use. And I went and I was like, can I get like a quarter pound of meat? And he was like, no.
So funny.
And you're like, okay.
I was like, oh.
When someone says no and no explanation or no adjustments need to be made.
Dude, that happened to me. Speaking of Greenpoint, I was
No.
at a deli in Greenpoint and they have like it has like the whole all like the fucking vegan breakfast sandwiches like
Uh-huh.
thing. And I was like, I saw one that I hadn't seen before. I was like, oh, can I get whatever this hot honey chicken,
Yeah.
whatever, hot chicken breakfast burrito? And the guy behind the counter just goes, I was like-
chicken with an apostrophe N.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Chicken.
It's like, he's like, is it on principle or
Yeah,
is it me or
You
is
won't
it you don't
make
have
that?
it? And then I was like, can I get the vegan sausage, egg, and cheese? And he goes, yeah.
Okay.
And I was
Okay.
like, okay, interesting.
I
but,
don't want that. I just
but-
wanted to hear a yes.
But either way, use your words, please.
Oh my God, wait, can I tell you the craziest deli situation that I had
Please.
recently? I was walking
sorry,
home.
Deli corner. We're doing deli corner,
Yeah,
everybody.
hit the drop.
Okay, so I guess some delis have converted to a digital system, a digital ordering system.
Oh.
I have only seen it twice in my life.
I'm
and
strongly against it right away.
I hate it. Okay, so I didn't even know that that's what it. So this is New Year's Eve, 2025,
Okay.
Oh,
like 2 months ago.
Yeah. pretty clear.
And I'm walking home. It's like 4 a.m. I'm just like, I gotta get a bite to eat, otherwise I'm gonna start my New Year off wrong.
No, it's terrible.
yeah.
And so I'm walking home. I walk into this deli that I've been into a couple times. It's not one that I frequent, but it was between the bar and my house. And I stand at the counter, and the guy is, doing his thing. You just stand there and you wait for them to make eye contact.
Acknowledge.
So I'm standing there. He is not. He's not looking in my direction. Like, it's been kind of a while.
Whoa.
A line is forming behind me. Like
4 minutes?
More.
Wow.
Yeah.
My line is 2 minutes.
And he keeps on like starting new sandwiches. I'm like, where's he even getting ideas for these new sandwiches? No one else.
No one's saying anything.
Like, no one is saying anything. And so he's just not engaging. Like, he won't even turn around and look at me.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are probably at this point like 3 people in line behind me. Like, it is really starting to build up. And then finally he turns around and he goes, order on the machine. And I look and there's a machine, and I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is this? Wawa?
What the fuck is this machine? And so, it looks like those things that you order from it, like a mini version of what you order from it, like Taco Bell or something.
Yeah.
Like a screen that has all the pictures of all the foods on it or whatever. And I was just like, this is crazy.
Well, I had this.
And also, can I tell you what I wanted was a cheese quesadilla. And I'd been standing there at this point for probably like 12 minutes. Like, it was like a psychotic
You could
amount
be
of
halfway
time.
done with it.
Where then I was just like, okay, this is crazy, because how bad do I really want a cheese quesadilla?
Sure.
But then I'm
Yeah.
like already here, and now I've lost 12 minutes to know. Like, that would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
crazy to lose this amount of
Yeah.
time to like no snack.
Nothing. Yeah.
And so then I'm like, and so I like am on the machine, and there's like people behind me, and I'm trying to order, but there's only.
Sorry, it's my first day working here. Sorry, it's taking so long. It's my first shift.
I've never like worked at this deli before.
He looks over your
So.
shoulder. Peanut butter and jelly, you said? Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
So I'm trying to order. There's on the menu. There's a steak quesadilla and a chicken quesadilla, and I
Of course.
didn't
Of fucking
want that.
course.
And so I said, well, if they can make a steak quesadilla and they can make a chicken quesadilla, I know they can make a cheese quesadilla. But how do I? So I'm like seeing if I can click it and just do like no chicken. I'm trying all these different things. I can't. And these people are waiting behind me, and and we'd already been waiting before we found out about the machine.
You're so far
It's my fucking nightmare.
And it was
I'm
hell.
screaming.
And so then I'm like trying to talk over the counter
Yeah.
to the guy, and he is refusing to engage, like absolutely gone. And I was just like, okay. And the people behind me are like trying to talk to him. They're
Sure.
like, hey, she can't make her order.
She needs help.
And I was like, you guys, I'm giving up. And they were like, no, you didn't.
No,
You
yeah,
got
the
this."
community came together. Don't give up. This is sexism.
I was like, no,
was a
I
social
can't
experiment.
live like
Yeah.
this. I
Yeah.
can't. And they were like, no, you can do it. Just ask him. And I said, we can't.
We-
We can't ask
He
him.
won't let us.
And so then I just left. I said, I can't do this. And I just
Wow.
left. And it was, because at that point I said, like, out of principle, I
Yeah.
actually like don't want anything from here.
Yeah. I'm not
Yeah, I
supporting
can't
this.
give you money now.
This was crazy.
That's so insane that he's just like, no, computer, do the computer. But it's like, you have to be able to. Whole point of the deli system in New York.
Is that you can walk in and based on whatever they have, you can make it be anything you want.
Yes. Yeah.
It
it's
is.
so insane because it's like it's not like It's not like you're going to a McDonald's and being like, yeah, let me get a. You guys got tacos here?
Yeah.
But it's like, no,
Yeah.
you guys have all the items for the thing that I want. Just make the thing that I want, please. I'm paying you, and I'll tip you.
And also to do a computer system with like no modification options. Like,
Yeah.
I was gonna at this point, I was gonna pay for a chicken quesadilla with no chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm
you're
paying
like,
$9
that's
for a
already,
$4 thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, don't even adjust the price. I just don't eat chicken.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want
I
it.
just, please help me is what I need. Dude,
Oh, man.
It's
I was
crazy.
at a deli last night.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I know.
Fresh.
That's the whole.
This is
That's the
crazy.
whole story. Anyway.
No one else saying anything for 4 minutes. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Anyway, how are you? No. But I was at a deli last night, and it was like kind of a chaotic line situation. Like there's people trying to order, people like standing waiting for their order, and I'm like just getting whatever, like a fucking soda and some other shit. And I just like put it on the counter, and then the guy behind the counter is like, "All right, $6.50," and then I like hand him cash, and then there's like somebody waiting at like the sandwich counter, and then the guy at the register starts yelling at the sandwich counter guy, being like, "You got to pay attention to the customers. They're like, you can't be like, if they're standing there, you got to." But is yelling at him for so long that now I'm standing there for an incredibly long
It's really
amount of
funny.
time.
It's a really
and
good
I'm
bit.
like, "Hey man, you're doing to me what
Yeah.
you're mad at him about." And I'm like, I'm waiting for 50 cents.
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting for 50 cents of change, and I'm like, do I storm out over 50 cents or do I just go like, "Hey man, I actually don't care about your domestic dispute or whatever's
Yeah.
happening here." But I was just like, I was like staring at him in disbelief because I was like, this is like a prank, right? Where you're like yelling at him for not paying attention to the customers, and I'm standing there with my hand out hoping for change like a homeless guy.
Yeah.
And I was just like
a hobo clown.
Yeah,
Like a hobo clown.
I was like, pay my face, brother. I don't know what you need me to do here, but
Put me in a barrel. I don't care.
yeah. And then he was like he twice gave people food orders that like it's like, oh, their sandwich was done.
Uh-huh.
So he goes like, and they had already paid for it, I guess. So he just gives it to them while he's just holding my cash in his hand. And I was like, give me my fucking 2 quarters, please.
I want my 2 quarters.
Now I
I
need.
need them. Also, can I say quarters? I mean, that's a luxury item.
Yeah.
You can't walk
Ooh.
away without quarters. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm always in need of quarters.
Really?
Like laundry. I don't know. There's just, I feel like, you know, a gumball machine.
Yeah.
Like
You're always riding those little electric rocket ships in front of stores.
Yes.
You're a big fan of that. Well, Bug loves it.
It's hard to get quarters in this town.
What if I need a little bouncy rubber ball?
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
I'm always looking for the sticky hand.
those
Exactly.
are really
Again.
fun.
Because
And
when I feel women's butts on the train, it's like, it's not me. It's a
hey,
sticky
No,
hand.
it's a sticky hand.
That's
Your
right.
Honor, it's a
different.
sticky hand.
I'm getting no sensation out of this at all.
Yeah.
I
I'm
just
I'm getting
wanted.
barely any
Hey,
pleasure.
I just wanted you to feel weird. That's all this interaction was.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
is
like it.
It's not even my hand. It's
Yeah.
a sticky one, which is
I don't know who
better.
I don't know who I got this from, Dave or Buster. But one of them gave it to me and said, "Be
One of them's a
strange with it."
perv, not both.
Yeah,
Common
I bet
misconception.
It's got to be Buster.
It's got to be Buster. It's crazy if it's Dave.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Buster and I'm regular, by the way.
Yeah. Dave's a wild man.
Yeah, he's a fucking freak.
He's a real parrot head with the sticky hands.
Dude, every time I go to a Dave and Buster's, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? After a while,
How often do you think you go to a Dave and Buster's?
I would say 1 to 3 times a year.
That's
Whoa,
a lot.
that's a high number.
Yeah, I feel like what's like I
I
feel
feel
like
Long Island, yeah.
no, I was gonna say other places. but I
It's
feel
your
like-
culture.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, truly, I think
Yeah.
my adult friend had his birthday party at Dave and Buster's
Yeah.
recently, but I feel like
I do think comedians have like there are birthday parties at Dave and Buster's.
yeah, or like on the road when you're like, oh, cool, I'm in whatever town, like, oh, I'm in Salt Lake City, and the only place that's open near the club is Dave and Buster's next door to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go there and have some fun after the show instead of going back to the hotel at 9:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you
Yeah.
could like go out to a bar, but I don't drink, so it's like
What's the point?
it's also Salt Lake City, so they don't really drink there.
They don't have that.
Yeah, you could go get a soda.
Yeah, I do love those big crazy sodas.
I've never. I kind of want to try one of those.
Would you try the nasty milk one?
Okay, the problem is I like do kind of want to try it, but I don't
Yeah.
want to drink it.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do it like a wine tasting where you like just let it linger in your mouth and you spit
It's
it
like
out?
an anthropological
No,
thing.
like I mean I would swallow it, but I don't need like a big gulp of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
You don't need the Route 44.
Like if you ordered it, I would
yeah,
take a
you'd sip,
sip.
you take a
Yeah.
sip. And I'll
But-
give you a sip.
Thank you.
Mhm.
But like what would I do with
the rest of it.
a
Yeah.
large
Dr. Pepper
'Cause
with creamer
I'm
in
pretty
it.
sure those places I think the small is quite large
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't like Dr. Pepper with coffee creamer in it. That feels like a thing that you don't need a lot of.
No, I agree. I
It's
didn't know
it's like
they
a
were doing that over there.
Intricate
Oh,
taste,
Yeah.
a
dude.
delicate, a rich flavor that you don't need much of.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it really ruins it.
Because every time I drink a Dr. Pepper, I'm like, I wish this was thicker.
Yeah.
I wish this was-
23 flavors. Try 24.
Yeah.
And the 24th being viscous.
Yeah, milk. It tastes like milk. Because I've seen people doing it now as like, because you look at one like TikTok video about protein and then you get 400.
Mhm.
So I see people like being like, all right, so you put a protein shake and then fill the rest with like orange soda and you
Yuck.
drink that. And I go like, I don't think I need to make this. I don't need to make the protein shake fizzy, and I also don't need
Yeah.
to make the milk soda-y.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with protein stuff right now, because obviously protein is hotter than ever.
It's huge.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Protein is having its moment.
If I could invest in just the idea of protein,
Mhm.
I wouldn't have to do this fucking podcast ever again.
Something I'm very sick of is this concept that like there is a like healthy proteinified version of regular things that people pretend taste just as good.
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't. It never does.
Never
you
does.
can never convince me that it does. And if you want to eat a like health nut protein freak bar, I'm happy for you.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
But don't sit there and act like, don't be like, oh my God, this recipe for like protein date chunk, like gooey bars tastes as good as like regular pastries.
No.
It just doesn't. And I'm not having it.
Not having
I'm
it.
so sick of it. I'm so sick of when they like proteinify normal things.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, this is, it tastes like bread, but really it's just like pure curdled cottage cheese.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm
a
like,
quick creep.
It definitely doesn't taste like bread.
No, you're lying to me.
They're like, hey, you know when you eat a delicious, fluffy flour tortilla and it makes you feel good? What if it was only egg whites and it cracked in half as soon as you used it?
Yes.
And also it kind of tastes like shit.
And also 37 minutes after you eat it, you're hungry again.
Yeah.
I'm like, this
Yeah,
is
you're hungry and also bloated.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you're-
it's 4 times the price.
yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
oh
it's
my
4 times the
God.
price.
Yeah. Dude, when I see
And
like
you cannot get it at that deli.
no. When I see the protein cinnamon buns or like the Pop Tarts,
Exactly. The
all
Pop
that
Tarts and the
shit,
cinnamon buns. And
you're
like,
like, it's like,
just eat like a shitty protein shake
yeah,
that tastes like ass. And then
Quickly, just chug it.
chug
yeah.
it.
Get out of the way.
Knock it back.
It's medicine.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, I get to have a yummy little treat. It's like, but it's not yummy.
It's not yummy. And now you can't have a treat at all.
Yeah,
Because if you're eating like a 500 calorie protein lump of trash,
Yeah.
then you like you could have had like a little dessert after dinner and a protein shake after your workout.
yeah,
You killed 0 birds with 2 stones.
Yes. Like, why do that? Like, why make everything taste worse when you could just eat 2 normal things?
Yeah.
I tried to make protein pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
in the,
Holy shit.
in the
I
kitchen.
was looking over.
But it was like no one is ever hanging out in our kitchen.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. And then everyone, it was the 2 of us and our other 2 roommates all standing around me while I'm trying to make these things. And I didn't even have a recipe. I was like, what
You
if
were
I
like,
just...
what could it be besides just protein powder and sauce?
And water. I literally was like, protein powder and water. Let's try it. And it just looked like...
That's what batter looks like.
Yeah, I was like, fine, I figured it out. I put sprinkles in it.
Are you coming back
I
to the
just-
store just sprinkles?
because-
I'm like, the fuck is he doing?
I just melted a bunch of sprinkles in the bottom of a frying pan, basically. It was the worst looking. It's like, you know when you make a pancake and there's like the weird little like crunchy friend next to it? It was an entire frying pan full of that.
Yeah, just
looked like I was
Yeah,
trying to
just
make a...
crunched up, like
was-
fried protein powder.
It was so fucking rough. And I tried to eat it too, I think. And
Yeah.
I was like, why?
a
Because
lot of
your principle.
protein powder gone to waste.
Yeah, I know. That was like $1.80 gone.
Oh, I missed that
And I was like,
$1.80.
fuck, man, I had to factor that into the budget.
Yeah. The only protein snack that I've ever been like, man, this is really close. This is like genuinely close to like a good little treat is the vegan donut roll up. What are they called? Roll-ups? Roll-ups? I can't remember what they're called. There's little
I don't know
vegan
what
proteins,
those-
like, donuts that come in 3.
Okay.
They have them across. Yeah, keep them refrigerated.
Okay, of course, because
Yeah.
it's an unstable compound.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
fucking great.
God, yeah.
I don't even want to think about it. Room temperature. I was like, okay, these are very good. They don't have a ton of protein, but it's a
Yeah.
very good compromise.
Okay, I'll think about that.
Something I didn't think of.
I like when a protein bar, like when I see these people reviewing a protein bar, they're like, it tastes just like a Snickers. And I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Oh, fucking.
Of course, it
It's
doesn't.
just one of
taste
the
just like a
greatest candy
Snickers.
bars of all time.
The most evil scientists have put all their minds together to make food horrible for you and light up every sensor in your brain.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what if we take out all the good stuff and then put in a bunch of chalky powder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is one of those things where I'm like, I believe it tastes adjacent to a Snickers.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing.
Yeah.
And here's what happens is, listen, I've had a real, phase. I was paleo at one point in my life, and you forget what normal food is, and so
Oh my
you're
God.
eating like spaghetti squash and being like, this tastes just like spaghetti. And it's been months, and it's like you're on a desert island,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
as soon as you decide to call it quits on this nonsense and you start eating normal, like I remember eating a bite of spaghetti and being like, am I high right now?
Right. Is this
is
laced with something?
decadent. I was eating just like burrito pasta with sauce
Yeah,
and
yeah,
being
yeah.
like, holy shit, have you guys tried this?
They're like-
And I feel like that happens with these, where like
Oh.
they taste like Snickers under the assumption that you'll never taste a Snickers again. And so you can't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That happens sometimes after being vegan for so long, where I'm like, I'll be eating a burrito. I'm like, why is this burrito so good? I'm like, real cheese.
It's real cheese.
Oh, real cheese and sour cream. Yeah. That makes sense.
Whoops.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just whipped up soy milk.
Yeah,
Sitting.
soy and milk in different consistencies.
Dude, that's truly the tofutti, the sour
cheese, it's the
cream,
cheese,
and the
it's
cream
whatever.
cheese. The sour cream is just the cream cheese with a bunch of water in it.
Bunch of water, whipped
That's
up.
all it is. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
And I'm just, yeah.
When was the last time you had a power bar? Do you remember
Like
the old
Power
the
bars.
1990s power
Those
bar?
were hot.
The gold foil.
My dad loved them. My dad's a bar guy.
He's a bar guy.
Oh,
We have
like
a lot
lawyer?
of bars. Nope.
Mm.
Guy who loves food in bar
Bars.
form.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a food as fuel kind of guy.
No.
Nope.
We're trying to look at nail kind of bad you're
just a kind of he likes the convenience factor.
Yeah, I think so. And he likes trying all the different kinds and
Yeah.
whatever. And so, we had a lot of power bars in my house for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, right now it's like those bonobos. He loves those bonobos.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different bars that have like circulated through my life for like, there's like a power bar era.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
like pretty big.
I remember taking one to hockey practice, and I'm playing roller hockey outside in the summer in Florida, and trying to eat one between like practices, and just like dry peanut butter. It was so almost like what's that?
It's ropey.
It's like taffy, but like
Abba Zaba.
Abba Zaba. It feels like that. You're like, motherfucker. It
Yeah.
really it works out your jaw. You burn calories.
No one in my
Yeah.
family
Never
is even
again.
vaguely athletic or health focused
Yeah.
at all. There's never I've never seen a bar anywhere near someone with my bloodline.
I think conflating health focus and bar food
yeah,
is,
that's true.
is a lot. I'm not saying my dad's unhealthy, but I don't think the bar thing is a health thing.
Yeah.
I think it's like an on the go.
Okay, yeah.
thing.
Nah, no one in my family's ever had to be anywhere at a certain
Or
time.
just like
no
a
one's ever on
love
the go.
of cereal adjacent brands. I don't know. We had a lot of
Okay.
cereal in my house too, and that's
Yeah.
not really on the go. I think he just like loves Kellogg's.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a big fan.
He
yeah.
hates masturbation.
yeah.
He's like, don't ever fucking tamp
That's
that.
not gonna make
tamp-
sense to a lot of
tamp
people.
that down. Well, first of all, read a book.
Read a book.
First
Or
of
watch
all-
that one movie I watched 30 years ago. I can't remember who was in that.
What movie?
There's a movie about the Kellogg's brothers and the anti-masturbation thing, and like the cornflakes were made so you don't want to jack off.
That's crazy.
There's a
Yeah.
movie about it.
I've never eaten a food and it has affected me wanting to jack off at all. I've never been like,
Nice try cornflakes.
Yeah.
You can't get this guy down.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
all the energy to jack off the way I
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah, I'm eating Frosted Flakes and I'm like, you guys are gonna give me a minute. I think I'll figure something out. Fuck.
Just that silly ideas like, well, spicy food is going to make you want to fucking crank off, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
what's
make you
this-
all horny. That's why. Is it like a weird, almost like? I was gonna go down a racial way.
Oh,
and
okay.
you know what? I don't want to.
I mean, you're not the one theorizing it, really. It's the Kellogg's
yeah.
perverts.
No, I just
Yeah.
think that they're so like It's like weird, like Protestant,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
repression that they're like, we can't even have. Our food can't even be interesting.
Yeah,
Food
yeah.
can't be sexy.
Yeah, no.
Let me double check because I know there's a movie.
There's a lot of
That-
movies actually.
there. Oh,
Yeah.
there is. I just checked.
Yeah,
Kellogg's
shit ton of movies.
movie.
Is it like the founder, but for Kellogg's?
Kind of, yeah. No,
Man,
that's
what-
not what I'm looking for.
When all those movies came out a couple years ago about like the beginning of companies, I was like, I'm not watching any of these. I'm not watching
no,
the
I don't
fucking
care how
BlackBerry
companies
movie.
began.
No.
I'm not watching any of the Steve Jobs movies.
I do not care about that guy.
Couldn't care less. He's done. I mean, I have an iPhone. That's nice, but
Yeah,
he's done
no,
nothing
I-
for me personally.
I feel that having an iPhone is bad for me.
Whoa.
He's
Oh,
actually done harm to me
yeah,
personally.
yeah. He's actually done a crazy amount of harm to me.
I'd see a movie about that guy trying on a different shirt and nothing else.
I would see him becoming a fruitarian and then withering away and dying.
Yeah.
That's the movie I'm gonna watch.
So the movie's called The Road to Wellville, 1994.
1994.
1994.
You said it came out a couple of years ago.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, you're lying.
I said 30 years ago, and I'm pretty close.
Wow.
A staunch advocate of healthy living, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, played by Anthony Hopkins, opens a sanitarium that promotes his progressive, if eccentric, ideas about optimal well-being. Among the clients who arrive in the facility are the optimistic Charles Ossining, played by John Cusack, who is keen on marketing Kellogg's cereal, and the wealthy Will Lightbody, played by Matthew Broderick, and his wife Eleanor, played by Bridget Fonda. This comedy is inspired by an actual spa run by Dr. Kellogg at the turn of the century.
I think it's funny to call
Cast.
it. Yeah, I think it's funny to call it progressive. His idea is progressive. I guess it's like new.
New, cutting edge, bad.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
Different.
A progression from
want
an
another
idea
one?
that's good.
Yeah. You want another one?
I'm okay.
It is funny though that like healthy eating and stuff like that is very like right wing adjacent now.
It is.
Well, they came in and they took it and then they because it used to be, I feel like crunchy stuff. They're actually like, I've been thinking about this a lot. There's like some essays I intend to read someday. But like leftism used to be the crunchy weird one.
Yeah.
Like it used to be like if you cared about your health at all, but they came in and they like co-opted a lot of the language, but like none of the stuff they're doing is healthy or good.
Yeah.
They just like took all the language and like said that fast food is bad.
Yeah, and they're just like they just shame you for not eating whatever weird diet that they do, like carnivore or all those things.
Why do you guys keep
Yeah.
saying they? Like we're not Republicans.
Yeah.
And they've
Tell your
also
shirt.
like taken it to like encapsulate eschewing all science. Like the way that they're just like, I feel like there used to always be like kind of granola freaks who were like, oh, you know, you can heal your body with like herbs or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like now they're just like, and also what does the doctor know at all?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
made up
yeah, yeah.
everything. And it's just like, I don't know. I saw someone the other day, this like girl on TikTok being like, I genuinely want to know why liberals like think that they're the more like progressive people when they're obsessed with like censoring everything Republicans say in like arguments about like science and all this stuff. And I was like, it's not censorship to be like, you can only bring something to the argument if we're arguing about science, you have to say stuff that's founded in science.
Yeah.
That's not like censoring your opinion. It's like having a discussion about the thing you're trying to have a discussion about.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because it's like they're the facts aren't feelings.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
feelings aren't facts, people. But then they're like, but I feel like
Uh-huh.
this is right, so it has to be.
Yeah. It would really help my argument if this is right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they'll
it
sit there
is.
and be like, no, it feels like vaccines are bad and healthcare is bad and
Yeah.
everyone should just like kind of cross their fingers all the time.
Yeah, because
That you don't-
it feels like the people I knew that were like that, or the people I knew of that were like anti-vax before, like pre-COVID, were all definitely like vegan, weird, hippie adjacent
Yeah.
people who were kind of like, that doesn't seem natural. I don't want to put it in my body kind of thing. And I'm like, you're stupid, but I at least understand it from like a holistic point where you
They
could get there.
You could you could follow the thread
Yes.
back to something
Yes.
that made sense.
And then this is just like, no, the government said it's good, so I know it's bad. And I'm not even being like, and the government is always good, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're always right.
We don't even like the government.
I hate
No,
them.
but I am like, okay, there's like they did a bunch of testing and they have numbers to show you why it's correct to do this. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll listen to you.
It's fucking crazy.
But it's
Yeah, no,
difficult in
you're
the way
right.
where, like, I keep seeing clips of that weird debate thing where it's like one person versus 30 people.
Oh, the Jubilee thing?
yeah,
The Sam Cedar one?
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
person arguing that, like the government pays the government agencies pay taxes or whatever, and watching
Oh,
him,
yeah.
like develop that,
deflate.
deflate in the sense of like we are opposed, but I can't even get to the point where we can start arguing because this is so stupid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I can't even slam dunk on you because you showed up in a baseball uniform.
Yeah.
Like
It's
you're in a
so
completely different world than me.
Yeah.
Weird because I feel like I don't know. I guess I like knew how bad it was, but I didn't realize how prevalent it was in people who have like ever read a book.
Yeah.
And it is like they just say stuff.
Yeah, it's really, I think it's like the thing where it is like a little bit of a, we kind of live in a bubble, but just in a way where it's like not even like, oh, liberal New York is like, I don't know, we just know people who aren't that stupid.
That's the thing is
everyone
I
around
am
is not
like,
that
I have
dumb.
friends that I like sort of disagree. Like, I don't have that many friends that I disagree with politically, but like the ones I do, it's on like not that big of a deal topics.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
And then, but the idea that, I don't know, like, I guess I do live in a bubble because like I only hang out with people who like care about other people.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think that the living in the bubble thing, I think, is almost backwards, where it's like
yeah.
you live in the bubble.
I mean,
Yeah.
but it's like we're both. But it's like the same way. It's like when I see like a hacky stand-up guy, like comic, talking, like when he's doing like an impression of a woman and he's giving her like a really dumb voice.
Hey, I was having a good set.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, and he's like making the woman sound really stupid. I'm like, I don't know any women like that. And then you like you're like out in Phoenix, Arizona, and you're talking, like you're near two women talking, and you're like, oh shit, some of them do talk like that. Fuck, I just don't know. I just
I don't know them.
Yeah. So you're just like, oh shit.
We're all
I guess,
victims of our own perspective.
Yeah. No, well, not me, but other people are.
Yeah, other
Especially
people
you.
are.
I
My
would say.
perspective
Yeah.
is just like right. So.
Yeah. People are a victim of my perspective.
Oh, up my skirt.
Yeah.
Stop.
No.
Use a sticky hand.
Yeah. But no, that dude, watching clips of that whatever thing is like it was so demoralizing.
It's so crazy. I mean, but I really do feel like it is like living a lot of times like in a city versus not living in a city, like a big city,
Yeah.
like New York, because I do think a lot of it comes down to like caring about anyone around you.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you live in a place where you don't ever have to interact with anyone who doesn't have the exact same circumstances as you like kind of don't care at all.
Yeah.
Whereas like in New York, when you're around like lots of people all the time, like I don't know anyone. I don't associate with anyone who like doesn't care about anyone around them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, because New York kind of beats that out of you. It's like you either stay here and then just by osmosis gain empathy,
yeah.
or you leave because you're like, that's like a liberal hellhole kind
Yeah.
of thing. Where it's like, because it's like, okay, cool, have fun living 20 minutes outside of Kansas City and driving your GMC Yukon to Crumble Cookie,
Mhm.
and then like getting a big giant Starbucks in the drive-thru and never having to like look anyone in the eye.
Yeah.
And then like there are probably some people who live here that live in like those like amenities high rises where they don't really interact with the world around them
Yeah.
because they like don't
Oh.
ever leave. They like are in their building and then like getting Instacart and then
Yeah.
going to work and that's it.
But the fact that we are
Yeah.
with them, like they're in the same place as us to a degree. It's there is some diversity in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess there is I guess it's like up to a certain, the people that I was describing, it's up to a certain yearly income.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then, and then there is vile, evil people all
See,
over
those
New
people,
York.
I don't even consider people who like live in New York because I'm like they don't live in New York. They live in
Oh.
one building.
Yeah, they live in like
or,
a big
they
hotel.
Live, they live in their building and they
Yeah.
don't interact with the city at all. Like those are the people who are like the only thing to do in New York is like go to Carbone and it's like okay.
Yeah.
Oh, weird thing to say about the biggest city in the country.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I never
I-
have anything to do.
I was walking through the Charlotte airport last week,
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Carpeted, I believe.
Not the area I was.
Okay.
And I counted, I think, like 30 guys in a row that looked identical, but not like, not like their body. I mean, what they were wearing.
Yeah.
It was identical to the cap with sunglasses on top and like the same kind of like quarter zip technical athletic, but I don't work out. Like it's just like to a T. I'm like, I felt like I was like there was a glitch in the Matrix, and they
You
just
just
kept
kept seeing the same
hopping on
guy.
the
Yeah.
same guy. I was like, whoa, this is the bubble, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is the same. That's wild, and I'm sure you all have 100% the same opinion about me and
Yeah.
my family and the fact that we're immigrants.
Yeah. No, it's weird. And then they really don't like understand that though. Like they would if you were like, "Oh, you're like the same as that guy." He'd
Yeah.
be like,
What?
"No, I'm not."
Longhorns.
No, yeah, I like Auburn.
Yeah, you're like,
He's an Ole Miss guy.
I'm a Roll Tide guy. But
Yeah.
it's still college football.
Yeah,
Uh,
I saw a guy yesterday. Like, it's so funny because I always want to call people kids, but I'm like, this guy is probably 23 years old, but it's
That's a
still
kid.
that's a kid. But it was like a drawing of like a yuppie young Republican.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
a way where it was like it was literally like I was like, you look like you were born to do finance, where it was like, he was literally wearing these same sneakers as me, but then had khakis and like a blue and white checked shirt with like a whatever sporty like Patagonia-esque vest over it with some other climbing adjacent thing tied around it, like a long sleeve and then a backpack on. And I was just like, and he was so blonde. Way too blonde to be an adult man.
A blonde adult man is very scary.
It's
stuff.
like, hey, man.
It's not a good look.
They start growing a beard and you say, oh
Young
no.
Santa Claus, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's
You
like
can't have a blonde beard.
it's like they took a beard and then turned the opacity down too much. And I'm like, I
Like
can
you
really
have macaroni taped to your face. You
I'm like,
look
I can see the
ridiculous.
skin underneath it too much. It's not doing what you think it's doing. It's not obscuring anything.
It makes you think that my eyes are fucked up and your face is blurry. It's just like trying to focus.
That must be bad. It must be really bad if you are like a really light, like fine hair blonde guy and you don't have a chin because you have no way to hide it.
And I bet you a fine-haired blonde guy wouldn't have a chin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But God, it is so funny sometimes when you see a guy shave his beard and you're like, holy shit, that was a precipitous drop off.
Yeah, you needed that.
Yeah, I'm like, it's straight down from the
Yeah.
lip. Nothing else? Holy shit.
How much is chin implants? Let's see that real quick.
Dude.
How much
gonna-
is a chin?
Yeah, I'm going to ask John Mulaney real quick.
I feel like a chin implant would be a very scary implant. Like
Oh.
I think it would really make me nervous to have like a foreign object like so exposed in that way, and especially because I feel like any implant that isn't like silicone would scare me too much.
Oh, okay.
Like I
get
don't even
that.
think I'd like fake boobs, but I do kind of get. I'm like, oh, they're squishy. You're not like scared they're gonna dislodge in any sort of way.
Yeah.
I
I'd
would
like to
be
get-
so scared of dislodging.
I'd like to get some silicone around my knees, like just built-in knee pads.
Spare knee.
Yeah, just soften it up in case I fall.
Or like one of those, those helmets that like inflate
Oh, yeah.
only when you fall?
Yeah.
It's like that, but for your knees.
That sounds great.
All right.
That sounds
Chin
cool.
implant is anywhere between $4,000 to $10,000.
What about if you fly to Turkey?
Yeah, how much is it in Turkey?
Yeah.
Turkey's
We should
$200.
take a boys trip to Turkey.
Why not?
You guys gonna go get some chins and some
I don't
inflatable
know.
knees?
Huh.
Because I don't think it's like at this point, I don't think I need
Watch
like a hairline
choose.
thing.
Okay, careful.
Like, because it's like I'm already in my mid 30s. If I start losing my hair for real, I'm just like, oh, that's just the time. That's the time for
Yeah.
it to
Yeah,
go.
we're fine now.
It's like fine. I've had it for long enough.
I know some people. I mean, there are some people I know were letting go of their hair. Is this? I mean, in the exact opposite way of shaving a beard, shaving your head can do wonders for someone
Yeah.
who's losing it, because it's very obvious when they're clinging to something that's like trying to run away.
Reeks of desperation.
And it feels. And I also, this is gonna cancel me.
Okay.
I really think that
We should
look
have
of
different
like
schools for white
barely there hair
Uh-huh.
is so much more aging than bald, because
Oh, I
bald
agree.
can be a choice at any age. Like
Yeah.
you can always be bald, but like like when people have like really just like stringy
Yeah.
at the top, a little bit coming forward to the forehead, like
Mm-hmm.
deep on the sides, they're losing it on the top
Yeah.
quite a bit, and you're like, well, we know.
Yeah, because there are ways to like freak it a little bit when you have a receding hairline. Like mostly if you're Walton Goggins, I think.
Yeah.
But there's like definitely some hairstyles that I see. It's like, okay, you're losing your hair, but you're also acknowledging it, and you're cutting your hair in a way that is not trying to hide it, but you're not
Yeah.
trying to shave your head either.
When they're like really trying to act like nothing's changing,
That's the-
I
it's-
go, well,
It's the lie.
It's
I
some
got
people hate
news,
being
and you can
deceived.
feel the insecurity. And I know so many
Yeah.
people where I'm like, man, once you let go of those last bits, boy oh boy, did something shine through.
Yeah, your confidence will skyrocket.
Because and so many guys are insecure about being bald. Some guys look so good bald, and it just like is good.
Yeah.
And they're so weird about it. Like I have been on dates with guys who will like
Nice.
make fun. Thank you. They'll like make fun of themselves for being bald kind of a lot. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't know, man. I thought you were hot. We met on a dating app.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
I
here
didn't-
with you.
Hey, I didn't know you when you had hair. I know this is like a thing for you, it seems. Like you're clinging to this, your youth. But I'm here because it didn't seem to be it was not a deal breaker for me that you don't have a big full head of hair.
I just think it's like it's a hairstyle as much as hair is a hairstyle.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't like it looks fine on a lot of the people that it happens to.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I've been on a date with and it like is weird when they start getting really self-deprecating about being bald, and I'm
'Cause
just like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
Should I think you're ugly?
Yeah.
I guess I will.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
just real quick question. Did I make a huge mistake going out with a loser?
Yeah.
I guess everyone in here is looking and being like,
Yeah.
wow, she's on a date with that real uggo. I wonder if he won an award.
Yeah. Oh, she's doing like a Make-A-Wish thing.
Yeah. Because I was assuming there's a fine line to, not especially on a first date, of like self-deprecation where
Yeah.
you're like, I'm acknowledging it, but then you go too far where you're like, I am so turned off by this.
Yeah.
And it's ruined any chance you had. And now this guy's going to leave and he's like, well, she didn't want me because I was bald. It's like, no. I didn't want you because of your reactions to you being bald.
I didn't like that you don't like that you're bald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are transplant like there are things you can do if it's that big of a fucking deal to you, but like I don't care.
Nice.
And so I feel, and most people I don't think care, and I think that we've like, as a society, allowed people to pretend it's an issue because they just like don't know what else to make fun of people for. It's not that big of
Yeah.
a deal.
Yeah, I mean, because that is the thing, though, that it is like, because so much focus is put on women's looks, especially as they age, that it is hard to be like, what do we make fun of men for? Like,
Yeah.
what, like
To
we gotta
balance the
get,
scales,
we gotta
yeah,
get something.
Absolutely.
Totally. I feel like there are a couple things that men get made fun of for, and like neither of them are things that anyone, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my incredibly loving and generous friend.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'll make fun of height sometimes, but I don't care about height.
Yeah.
Like I don't, and the only times I care about it, because I'm kind of tall, is
Yeah.
like I feel like they care.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
like
I'm
when
like-
they have an issue with it, then it's like,
And so I'm like, okay, well, I don't know then. Sorry. And
yeah.
here is a big issue that I have
Ooh.
in terms of aging with men is that there are a lot of pressures put on women for aging. And I don't feel that that's true for men. When I was growing up, everyone would talk about silver foxes, like this and that. Like
Yeah.
everyone loves like aging men.
Yeah.
And then now they're all getting Botox and doing all this crazy shit and acting like there's all this pressure. And I'm like, from yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like from who?
And it's
Yeah,
new.
it's like,
It's
oh,
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it is like a little bit of like, finally men are getting that. Like, I think it's like an internal pressure, but it's like, oh, you're like, because I see it all the time with like fitness stuff. It's like, oh, I'm looking at a 19-year-old boy talking into his phone camera. It's like, of course he's going to have a pretty smooth face. He hasn't done anything in his life yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't been hit enough.
But
Like,
I
he hasn't
still feel
fallen
like that
down enough.
pressure is like all from other men.
Yeah. Oh,
Because like
absolutely.
women don't like care.
Yeah. I mean, literally, it's like Walton Goggins has a crazy receding hairline and is like 5'6".
You love Walton Goggins.
I know. It's just like, I just feel like that's like
no, he's
people
so
are
hot.
like, but that's the thing is like that, but it's like those like shirtless pictures of him came out like last week and people
Yeah,
are going
very
fucking crazy for them.
sexy.
And it's like, yeah, but it's like if you like write down on paper his attributes, you're like big crazy head, receding hairline, 5'6".
No, and like
Big
what
hat- a lot of big
is
hats.
is that he like he stands like that and gets his photo taken and
Yeah.
and he's looking sexily into
Exactly.
the camera
Also,
because
photos
he's
for nothing. He
For
just wanted
nothing.
to post those photos.
Yeah.
but I feel like for a guy like when guys just like are when you have a vibe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then it's fine.
It's also like he's it's like, you know, he's wildly talented and also incredibly confident.
yeah.
So it's like, I think it's the thing. It's like it's not that you don't want to date a short guy. It's that you don't want to date a fucking sad sack who's like
no, like
not
one time
confident.
I dated a guy who was like I'm 5'8" and he was like maybe 5'10",
Yeah.
and he like was weird about me wearing high heels, and I was
Whoa,
like,
that's
I
so-
don't even really wear high heels. We're going to like one
Yeah.
party. Let me be fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You psycho. This sucks.
It's also like, hey, look down.
Yeah.
She's wearing something on her feet that makes her taller.
So
it's like
stupid.
It's
also just
so
get a pair of Red Wings. You'll be 6 foot.
and just
You'll
like
be fine.
who like because I used to care. I feel like I used to be like, oh my god, people will think.
Okay.
Well, I used to care if I was taller than a guy because I
Sure.
was like, oh, people will think I'm like giant because people don't like when girls are
I
big.
like them when they're
Yeah.
big.
And so then I was like, oh, I'll look. And then when I was like, oh, I'm actually like fine with myself, then I realized guys are being weird about it. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't make it up. You guys are fucking weirdos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like a weird like
He should wear high heels too. Sorry.
yeah. No.
Yeah.
He should. But like it's like a weird like pushing of men's insecurities, but pushing them onto women and then making it seem like it's women's problems.
Yeah.
Mm.
And of course there is always like you're like, I'm a guy, I compare myself to other guys, women compare themselves to other women. Like it's just natural because you're like, that's the same shape as me, but I want but in my head better.
Yeah.
Like that thing. But it's also like, I don't know, the like caring that much where it's like there's so. I mean, maybe I'm an outlier, but there's so many things that I'm just like about like women's looks that I'm just like I don't even notice it. Like my ex used to get like eyelash extensions, and I'm like, I got nothing on that one, sweetheart. You're wasting a lot of time and pain, it seems.
Oh my God, I've never. Does it hurt to get eyelash extensions?
She would get these ones that were like individually put in, so it seemed like she had to like get fucking like Clockwork Orange.
Jeez.
Like they were like put like in between her regular lashes.
It's so scary. But I feel like for girls though, there is like markable shit that changes when you like look nice.
Yeah.
And for guys, they like if you just like look normal and like put together, like you know what I mean? Like if you just look like decent, you don't have to like get filler. You just have to like wash your face.
True.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What we were talking about before, we just drink some water.
Drink some water. We were talking about how much water changes everything.
Yeah.
Truly, like
Moisturize a little bit.
yeah.
Drink some water.
And I feel, and then they're like, oh, there's these unrealistic expectations, and it's like they are. I feel like the expectations for men are hugely realistic.
Yeah, it's like it's number one. Stop hating women so much.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
you can see it from across the street.
It's crazy.
It's like, hey, look at Bill Belichick's girlfriend.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
And you know, there maybe is a little bit of.
I think they're deeply
no, I
in
think
love.
they love each other. I think
he loves her.
I think he's
I
very
think he loves
immature.
her deeply, and she looks at him and sees a big steaming pile of money.
Isn't there a value there though? Like
They both get what they want out of
they
that
both get
relationship.
what they
Yeah.
want.
I don't find.
He
I
gets
think-
to smell her feet when she goes to sleep.
Yeah, like relationships like that.
She probably lets him smell her feet when she's awake.
Yeah. I'm not like grossed out. Like I'm not like, oh my god, how could they?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
well, he's a weird old man, and she seems kind of dumb and young, and he has a bunch of money, and she's really good looking. So
Yeah.
they both kind of balance each other out for what they desire in the relationship.
I wasn't gonna date
Yeah.
either of them, so I don't give a fuck.
I had no shot with Bill
I wanted to
Belichick.
date both of them.
yeah, I walk up to them. I go, "Hey, Bill, how you doing? Anyway, are you guys poly or what? I'm trying to get in there, brother."
I mean, since we're talking about it a little, I'm curious. What are your you know? I'm sure you don't have them off the top of your head, but fuck with it. Like when you are looking for a romantic partner,
Yeah.
do you have 3 things that you're like? They got to be this.
White.
They
Okay.
gotta be.
White.
White,
No.
number
Okay,
one.
The
Number
3
one
things
and
I'm
number
looking
2.
for right now are
Yeah.
okay, and also like
'Cause
I
you
do
seem
want
like
to be
someone who
well, I
organizes
want to be
those thoughts.
attracted to them, but like that isn't. There's not like a specific archetype that I'm like only attracted to. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I feel like people will be like, there's obviously like one that I could describe where I'm like, that's what I'm attracted to. But I've
Cis,
been attracted
white man.
to lots of other people. But someone who has a real job is something I'm looking for right now.
Real job.
Nice,
Okay.
Yeah.
I really want to date someone with a job. I have done it once and it was cool. And I'd like to do it again.
All right.
It's really fun.
It is so funny though, like especially like in New York, where you're like, I just want a guy who goes to a place to make money.
Yeah.
Like I don't need some weird esoteric thing. Like you meet a guy and he's nice, and then you find out he's one of those TikTok NPC guys.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
Soho.
man.
I can't live like that
No.
anymore. I feel like I'm in my 30s now. I can't. You can't like still be trying to make it as a Twitch streamer.
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
to. There has to be a real job.
You're like, hey, I'm a comedian. One of us has to be stable.
Exactly.
Please.
Okay, so real job is one thing, and then I want someone who is like nice and fun, but like isn't obsessed with how funny they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like-
because that is definitely like a big thing that I look for, like when I'm trying to date someone, where it's like, especially because it's like as a whatever, they're like, I'm a comedian, everyone I know is kind of funny, but it's like even my regular, like my friends who don't do comedy
Yeah.
are funny,
Mm.
but they're not trying to be funny, they just are.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh, that's like a thing that I'm so like drawn to.
yeah, and then also I guess like the other part of it is like you're gonna be hanging out with comedians a lot,
Yeah.
and so you can't be like annoying and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
trying to be
yeah, yeah.
Me too,
like
guys. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
yeah, you can't just be like either like I have some friends who have boyfriends who are like pretty chill and like they're not even trying to like really enter the conversation too hard at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Or but like they appreciate when people are fun. Like you know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
like comedy
absolutely.
and they like humor, but they're not sitting there with like a fucking propeller hat on being like this is like I'm funny
Just
and
with a
it's just
slide
like
whistle.
fucking
Yeah.
relax.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a job, funny but not like
So those 3 things are great. Those are like we'll use as an inside things.
yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Outside
Outside things.
Outside things.
I like I'm trying to think. I like strong features.
Mm.
I mean,
So
obviously,
a good 20-minute set.
listen, if I'm picking, they're taller than me.
Okay, yeah, when you are picking.
Yeah.
I'm asking you because I don't want.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the
The ideal.
Yeah, ideal.
I like them like taller than me, and I like tattoos, and I like when people are like I'm trying to think of how to say.
You're
Like the body.
best friends.
You're like kind of stupid.
I'm trying to date both of you guys. Like, when people are like I like someone who's like fit, but not like obsessively fit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like working out. Like I go to the gym. I run a lot. Like I've been on dates with people who will be like the personality type where they're like, I never work out. Oh my God, the idea of like being tired. I don't know. Like I'm a pretty active person.
Yeah.
And so I don't need someone to be like obsessed with a gym. But if they're like, oh, why don't we take an Uber? It's a mile and a half away. Then I'm like, no, why don't we walk?
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we just walk?
A reasonably fit person.
Yeah. Like someone who like values walking around a lot.
Okay. Like a Paul Newman type.
Yeah. Exactly.
Perfect man.
But yeah, Paul Newman, but he has a big tattoo of a dragon on his back.
Dude, come on. What's better than
Don't
that?
even say that.
You're like, I didn't even think that could happen.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Where is he?
Where is that? Cool Paul Newman. That's it. There's
Alt Newman.
Alt Newman. There you go. Goodbye, Jerry.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Okay, that's not bad.
all right, let's do this before we get. Hey everybody, welcome to the Energy Drink Corner. This week, I don't know.
Is that one of the ones from Thailand?
No, this is Korean.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
so
I think
excited.
Alex gave us this. I don't know who gave us this, actually.
Thank you.
Thank you, whoever said this to us.
Yeah, I didn't go to Korea, so
I can't read any of it.
yeah, I want
There's
to.
a letter E.
I see zero sugar on the
Zero
bottom.
sugar.
Okay.
E. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
I have no words on this.
that's awesome.
0 calorie.
Oh, that's great. That works perfectly. For
There's
for
a
my
language.
macros.
No sugar. And it's out of Seoul,
Korea.
Korea, out of Inglewood,
Mhm.
New Jersey. Hey, up in
Oh,
there.
okay.
Water, sugar. All right, whatever. So this is an energy drink we know zero about, obviously.
Thank God.
No sugar, no calories. That's
I was
good.
going to ask if you guys still do the energy drink testing.
still
I
do
was
the energy
so
drink.
excited
All right.
when I
Yes.
was coming over here.
Finally.
Because you've been on the pod. You did the pod with Claire last time.
Yeah.
We don't like her. No.
Yeah.
I think it's fun to get the group together because, as being part of a pair,
Yeah.
it's fun
Sometimes
to separate.
it's nice to be your own person.
To be your own
Yeah.
little person.
Because
do you-
how often are you somewhere and then people go like, "Where's Claire?" and you go like, "I don't know, living her life."
Yeah, kind of a lot.
Yeah, that happens to me. People be like, "Where's Diego?" I'm like, "I don't know, home."
People
At the
will
house we
always be
fucking
like,
share?
because
People ask me where Mike is. I don't have this anger.
It's not anger, but sometimes I'm like, we're not like actually physically connected, right?
yeah, Claire has like a full on husband, and people will be like, "Oh, does it like bother you if like they're going on a trip?" And I'm like, when my friend is going on a vacation with her husband,
Yeah, it makes me fucking sick. I want to go to
You're
Copenhagen with a
allowed.
couple.
3 tickets to Nice, France.
Yeah.
They're like, "Do you ever feel left
Oh,
out?"
yeah.
And I'm like, "No,
No,
Yeah.
really?
From their marriage? No,
this is-
not really.
100% grape soda.
Ooh, that's fun.
It smells really
I
good.
love
Smells really
this.
great. It smells really great.
Oh my God, did you guys see that there's like a new purple Baja Blast coming out?
I
I
did see
did see that. The Midnight
I'm
Blast.
really excited about
Can't
it.
make a
wait.
trip.
I literally was.
Yeah.
We'll have a
I wanna
party.
try it.
We'll have a party. We ordered 30 of them.
No. We have a vlog. We go on a road trip. We get a Turo.
Yeah, we got
So excited.
We pick up Ashley and that's it. They go try it. Make Claire feel left out for once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you have your
You
husband
get
drive you
jealous
there, you fucking bitch.
when Ashley goes to Taco Bell.
But we go to like New Jersey.
Yeah. There's
It
Taco
takes
Bell's
a lot.
closer. No. We gotta celebrate.
Oh my God, can I tell you? So our new studio is by the Graham L stop. And so I had to like walk by that to get back to my apartment.
Oh,
And there's a
yeah.
Taco Bell there now.
Mhm.
And the way that it has become just like a fucking horrible crutch for me
Oh, God.
to stop by and just get the icy Baja Blast. When it's sunny, yesterday it was so sunny out, and I was like, what am I not going to get a fucking slushy Baja Blast on my way home?
I have to. It's gonna take me 12 minutes to get home. I have to get a delicious frozen treat.
I have to get a delicious frozen treat, and I'd like never really allowed myself to have Baja Blasts before because I was like, it's gonna blast. I'm gonna blast off, and and now it's just like there, and I can't not go. I'm really overindulging on Baja Blast.
Yeah, now it's the first 3/4 of the food pyramid for you.
It's so good.
Yeah. What if you guys rate this and I go pee?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, look at that. Look
I made fun of Diego too much, and now I have to pee.
I peed before the episode, and Mike was like, "Whoa, what do you got a cock and a penis?" So this is really good.
It's like it tastes like pure grape.
It's sweeter
soda.
grape soda. It's not very carbonated. I wish it was a little bit more carbonated.
Yeah. I wonder if the travel sauced it down a bit.
I think it's plausible. I think being in a can for long enough and coming from a different country, a lot of time.
Like this flew on an airplane.
Oh yeah, or I think it's on big container ships.
Okay.
Which I always find interesting. But yeah, I wish it was a little bit more carbonated, but it is very good. I get zero energy drink flavor out of this.
No,
like, it's
it
just
doesn't.
soda.
You're not tasting that chemically energy vibe.
Yeah.
It tastes like grape.
Truly melted popsicle.
Yeah.
Grape. Damn, this is fun. But the thing with me with energy drinks like this that don't taste like energy drinks, I don't think they scratch that placebo effect that my brain that I want.
You don't think you're gonna like wake up from
I'm
it.
not gonna feel the pump. I'm not gonna feel the excitement from the can, which is what I want.
That happens to me with like iced coffee.
Oh.
I feel like hot coffee wakes you up harder than iced coffee.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know what it is. Like iced coffee to me
you.
is like I like it. It's like a nice beverage, but I never feel like energized after an iced coffee because I feel like hot coffee is where the caffeine is.
Interesting. Because to me, hot coffee, I think of a woman in a blanket nuzzling down to relax. Cold coffee is like, let's fucking get some work done.
Interesting.
Wake up, my man.
Well, I drink my hot coffee room temperature. So.
So neither. You have
But
no.
it has to start hot
Okay.
in order to have caffeine in it.
Okay, fair enough.
This tastes a little medicinal to me.
Okay.
A little like cough syrup.
Dimetap.
Yes.
In a good way. I
Yeah.
love that Dimetap. I would say, I hope I get a cough.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get a look up.
You get addicted to drinking lean, but it's just because it's
just 'cause
great
it's-
cough syrup. You're like, yeah, why not?
Whatever. This is good. I will give it though because I will never drink it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it
because it's from Korea and you're
because I'm
racist?
Korea and I have a lot of opinions about them. My brother lived there. He loved it. I'm gonna give it a.
My brother knows Korea.
He
Yeah,
knows Korea.
Oh, call him, see what it says.
Hey, Carlos. My brother's name is Carlos.
That's true.
I'm gonna give it a 3.25.
I'm going to give it a 4.1.
Ooh,
I'm
I've never had
loving
that
it.
score.
That's fun.
I'm really loving it.
Oh wow! All right.
I think I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna low rate it a little
Low
bit.
rate it.
It's like
Okay.
fine. It's fine. Unremarkable.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want it to really feel like it doesn't feel enough like poison to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
my
I
problem.
want a little
I want
bit of
it
poison.
more poisonous.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely not like an acidic.
Yeah.
Don't pop in the mouth. They'll
Yeah.
fucking hit you in the face.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've been drinking it. Now nothing compares because I've been drinking that like pre-workout powder.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful with that stuff.
Yeah, only when I'm
Only-
on the
okay.
way to the gym.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
just like sitting in the house drinking 300 milligrams of caffeine that tastes like sour punch
Yeah.
watermelon.
Wow. Yeah, that one really goes.
Dude, it's crazy. When I go to the gym so early, so it's like literally like 7:02 a.m. and I'm like opening this container and I'm like, oh, candy, Jesus Christ, I feel sick. This
Bunch
sucks.
of candy.
I'm like,
Let's
what
go.
the fuck have I done to myself? But then I'm like, what do I not deserve a delicious candy?
I deserve just I'm lifting a heavy
That's
weight.
so
Yeah.
true.
I'm gonna go to the gym. I gotta eat delicious candy before I go there.
Absolutely. We've also, but since the last time you've been on the episode on the podcast, we also like to now ask the guests: are you on Letterboxd?
Yes, but I never really box.
Okay. Do you have a top 4? And if you don't, would you mind giving us your top 4 off the top of your head
Like top 4 movies?
of all time? Your favorite top 4 movies?
Okay. That's so hard.
Okay.
Okay, maybe Okay, 27 Dresses.
Ooh, okay.
I love 27 Dresses.
Is that Kirsten Heigl?
Yeah, Catherine. And I feel like I never considered it a top movie, and then I thought about how often I watch it when I'm just like looking for a movie that's like a fun little rom-com.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Clueless.
Nice.
I think is also one of the funniest movies that exists.
Okay.
I feel you watch that movie and you're like, holy shit, joke for joke. It goes,
it's going.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Let's see. I'm going to say Ocean's 11.
Mm-hmm.
I got to have like a fun heist
Very fun.
sitch in there.
Very fun. Very easy to watch.
I'm trying to think of what other movies I like. There has to be some.
Uh-huh.
I was just talking about Ocean's 11 yesterday. That was the first time where it was like, because I've always thought of like, you know, Julia Roberts has been famous the entire time I've been alive, basically.
Yeah.
So like when I was a kid, I was like, that's just like a lady. Oh. And then I remember like seeing Ocean's 11 at some point, like in my 20s, and being like, that's a very sexual woman, actually. Oh, that's a very sexual
that's the most
woman.
beautiful woman in the world.
Actually,
Oh my God.
I had it all wrong. I get it now.
I feel like I'm doing these kind of like Desert Island style where I'm like, I don't know if these are the movies that have like impacted me the most, but they're the movies I could like rewatch 1 billion
And there's a lot
times.
of value to that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like with Mike watching American History X every morning.
Well, you know, just one or two scenes.
I'm trying to think of what other movie I would rewatch. I guess on the topic of heists, Charlie's Angels.
Ooh.
Oh.
I love Charlie's Angels.
Huh.
I think that there are like a lot of movies I like more, but I can't think of them.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's if
And
you
I-
didn't pop up, there's a
And if you said you had to watch Charlie's Angels once a week for the rest of your life, I would say, okay.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Why
Another thing to
not?
make me do.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because there are movies like that where I'm like, I don't know if this is my favorite movie, but I've seen it the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm not like mad about it.
No.
Because then there should be 3 lists, really, at least.
Yeah.
1, movies you like watching the most.
Yeah.
2, movie you like a lot, but you'll never watch again.
Yeah.
Movies you think are amazing, but you're never going to
The
watch again.
Substance, I like walked out of The Substance being like, that was one of the best movies I've ever seen, and I don't want to watch it anymore.
Never wanna watch
It's-
it
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Understood.
Saw it.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
Yeah.
That's enough.
No one ever needs to buy this DVD. And then 3, like, what you think are the best movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I understand that this is a technical marvel, and this is unbelievable, and watching it really affected me, and I cannot imagine going back to that.
Yeah.
There's a 4th list. I've been trying to identify what it is, but it's like movies that you think, like, you're happy that they exist.
Yeah.
You like them. You've watched them.
Like if it's your favorite movie, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, eh.
Yeah. Because there's 2 movies in my head that I think about a lot, and I'm so glad they exist. And the story behind one of them specifically is like, it's so cool. It's so interesting to me. But I'm probably never going to watch it again.
Which one?
Targets.
Okay.
Peter Bogdanovich's Targets. It's weird in the way, I'm going to sneeze. Never mind.
Are you allergic to talking about a movie?
I hope not. I hope
Yeah.
not. It's weird in the way where the studio allowed Peter Bogdanovich, his first movie, to make this movie under the stipulation that he has to use like 20 minutes from this old movie. This other actor has to be in it because he owes the studio 2 days of work. And one more thing. And with those stipulations, he was able to make this very interesting movie that ends up being a almost like a passing of the torch of the styles of horror movies that are made.
Interesting.
Where it goes from like the old like Universal, the Mummy kind of
like
like
Universal Monsters
to
kind of
like
thing.
the scariest thing is like a white American, like a person with a gun.
I feel like it's very like, those are like curriculum movies. Where
Yeah,
like if
yeah.
I was teaching a class, I would
Yes.
like put this on the curriculum, but I'm not like obsessed with it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I'll make that list in my head.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about people like some comedians that are just like, I'm like, man, you really wrote the hell out of that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really covered every angle you
And
could
I'm
there.
like,
and
wow, I can't believe the way we got from point A to point B.
yeah, it makes me feel nothing. Yeah, you really noticed the incongruity between those two things. Anyway,
Sometimes I like leave and I'm like, that was a really good point that I'll think about a lot. And was Was there a punchline?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Did I laugh at all?
Yeah.
Hey, we all can't be winners. Ashley, thank you so much for doing the podcast. We appreciate
Thank you
coming
for having
by.
me.
Where can people follow you? Blah, 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 blah. Listen to your podcast.
Listen to my podcast, Celebrity Memoir Book Club, and my Celebrity Memoir Book Club on all of social media. And then Ashley Ham with 3 M's is
Don't forget 3Ms. Does Bug have an Instagram?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to keep her
That was a test.
innocent.
I was testing you pass. Follow Micah Brucey at Micah Brucey.
Follow Diego Lopez at this Diego Lopez.
Patreon.com/A Little Time Pod for all episodes now.
Yeah.
Plus video, and you got it.
Yeah. And then end of March, I'll be at Tacoma Comedy Club, 27th through 29th. And then maybe Australia.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's a whole
We'll see,
continent and a country.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Or-